Hello, everyone, and welcome to the conclusion of the 2022 PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell. We are here, final round, back nine. Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri, BigBarri commentary. And what a battle we have brewing here with a one-shot advantage for Ricky Wysocki over Chris Dickerson, 5 over Calvin, 6 over Gavin, but actually, it's not over Gavin anymore. It's only 3 over Corey Ellis and 4 over Matt Oram. It's that battle with 9 holes to go. Anything can happen.
Hole 10, par 4, 606 feet left to right bender. You're going to see people want to chip to about right here. If you're feeling frisky, try to make it over this hill. Obvious. Woods on the left, woods on the right. Those are bunkers. Upshot between these two trees, and then there's the beautiful green. Chris Dickerson.
Going with a force here must be pretty understable.
It is. But being left over there on that side of the fairway will open up a few different options for him.
If you're going to make a mistake, I think the mistake is on that left side. You have better angle to the pin, but right side is very hemmed up. Ricky has thrown a very good tee shot. He'll have a straight, maybe 230 left to the pin. Calvin wants to make a move. He's got to start super strong. And that drive will put him in a good spot. I believe that big pine there is 240 to the pin. Gavin inside with the F5, but he's thrown it fast enough that it has made a move around the corner. That's a humongous drive.
Wow, that is fantastic. He's going to have fairly easy approach into there.
200 to the pin, if not less.
Looks like Chris just playing for a putt, not trying to take on those trees on the right side.
Yeah.
On the right side there, yeah, very smart.
By going for the pin, he's introducing so many more obstacles, just taking his medicine and putting himself in position to make a putt. Ricky grounding that one a little short, edge of circle.
Overstable fairway driver here, flexing it through the gap. Now he's just got to beat a couple trees.
Sit
yeah,
down.
very good.
Yeah. Good shape for Calvin.
How close is Babcock?
That was a big drive.
Still a tricky upshot, though.
Absolutely.
Nails it. Slow down.
Looks like it, but yeah, you go that far off the tee. It's
very good. Very
hard
good
to put the brakes on.
It's good that he's been just shredding circle one putts.
Still hasn't missed one for the entire tournament.
Have you ever done that?
Oh, Ricky.
1 inch low.
I've ever cleaned up the inside circle for an entire tournament. Maybe a 3-round tournament, but I don't think for 4 rounds. That's a pretty impressive stat to hold up.
1 high, 1 low. Nerves are starting to set in for these guys. They know how important this is. Doesn't matter how good you are, it's still tough when you get to that circle's edge distance for the best in the world. That's why it's so imperative that that's really all you practice.
And all the pressure and all the awkward stance, none of that matters. Gavin is just cleaning up putts. And if you're Calvin, you like what you see there. That's going to be 1 stroke on the 2 guys at the top. Clean up putts for Ricky and Chris. And it's as they move over to hole 11, the This is a blind par 3. It's 420 feet. And the shot is to push this left side as much as you can with a turnover driver. If you do that, you're going to have to beat these last trees, which are all about circle 2's edge coming into the green.
Uh-oh. Calvin starts lifting that left side of his lip up. You know things are about to get wild.
And
look at this tee shot.
That's pretty wild. Just going with a T-bird.
Yeah. And he starts growling. Better look out, he means business.
And this is ambitious. I mean, if he has the power to get to this pin with a forehand, that is saying so much. I mean, that is edge of circle. That's
Steppies.
sick.
Yeah, steppies for that from there.
And I think I just changed my play for the rest of time on this hole now, seeing that. Chris, he's familiar with this hole. Talked about it a couple times already this week, but he is
computer perfect.
He has aced this hole back in 2019. And he did not get the longest ace of the weekend because he was tied for the longest ace of the weekend because Matt Dollar also aced it. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. That is full send refund for Ricky back into the worst part you could be in. That was a horrible kick.
He gets out, but I mean that's not great, and he's gonna be looking circle 3.
And with Chris parked, we are most likely looking at a 2-shot swing, and there's gonna be a new leader here if Chris is able to tap in his putt.
Oh, he's tapping that.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
He's close.
Yeah, he's bullseye, but that's just it happens so quick. Sidearm birdie. Hole 11. Maybe it's not that impressive if you're like one of the big monster forehand guys, but man, that to me is very impressive because I don't even think about it.
Calvin gains 2 on the lead.
And if you're Calvin, you're liking what you see.
He just gained 3 in 2 holes.
Well, he gained 2 on the former lead, but he gained 0 on the now leader, which is Chris Dickerson. And Ricky with his second bogey of the round now. So he's going to have to play something he hasn't had to do in the last couple rounds, and that's playing catch-up. Hole 12, par 5. Beautiful tee shot down the tunnel. If you can get far enough, you might be able to see the pin down the tight alleyway, but most players eventually elect to go for the big, wide hyzer second shot.
Hole 12 is an amazing par 5, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of the best. And Calvin's drive is perfect. 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 That is the gap you are trying to hit as a player if you want to land in the ideal landing zone. He's going to have options.
Was that a eagle?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Wow.
Gavin early down the left side, and it can get very messy over there.
All right, let's see how our new leader is feeling.
He's going back to that bonsai. He's been throwing that a lot today. This is a little drifty, but is it hyzering? It is. Okay, he's going to be just fine there.
Hurry.
Ricky. Huge. I mean, just like he did on hole 6, the bounce back right after the bogey, Ricky comes up huge with the drive on 12. Gavin having to play the backdoor skip hyzer just to get back to about the area that he's trying to hit off the tee. It's going to be a scramble situation for Gavin now.
Putter from Chris. That's telling me he's just doing the classic. Oh, let me stay in the fairway.
He's putting himself back in Eastern Tennessee in the mountains and just playing woods golf, and that's where he's most comfortable.
Woods golf.
Yeah.
Very easily he could go fast and try to get after that eagle.
Calvin is in a situation where he has to start doing eagle type things, and that a little bit higher is
all the way there.
All the way there for sure.
Ricky trying to get all the way there with the hyzer.
Yeah, he's going to be looking at the eagle, folks. Ricky's going to have circle 2's edge. Maybe a bit farther, but very makeable putt for the 3. Hole that's only been eagled thus far by Ezra Aderhold. Oh my gosh. Oh!
Deep.
And so he'll have that for his par, but it may be obstructed. How does Chris's layup play work out? And it's not going to. So the smart play has worked thus far for Chris in almost every situation we've seen him go to it. This time he is looking at par at best. Meanwhile, Calvin's looking at another opportunity to gain a stroke on the leader.
Nice little bid there.
Yeah. He's so good at those. There's an entire collection of made 180 to 220 footers. Ricky didn't quite have the umph on that one, and we'll have to settle for the birdie at best. This guy is a freaking stud. He is bred
Look
from
at the split.
champions.
He did
heroes.
full-on splits.
That was one of the scrambliest pars you could even imagine. Never in position. And just like that, Calvin, folks, he is right back in the mix. From 5 back to 2 back. In just a few holes. And Ricky with the nice straddle out birdie putt. So that will get him tied with Chris. And he didn't have to play catch up for long.
No, he did not.
Looking at hole 13 now. 399-foot par 3. Breaking hard to the right. The play is to throw a hard, fast, skip driver, in my opinion, with a forehand.
Totally. If you're throwing a backhand on this hole, it is a bruiser.
Yeah, very, very little room to work the angle to get all the way to the pin. But we've seen Ricky go with that backhand so far this tournament.
This is going to need to get lucky.
Well, I think he went backdoor and got pretty lucky. Didn't get that big skip off the ground, but he is going to be in circle 2.
That's playing deep, though. I mean, that's uphill as well. That's playing more like 50 feet. Hyzering out.
Yeah, that's going to be near Calvin's drive. Oh, actually, past Calvin's drive. But yeah, that's going to be in a similar area, about 50.
Okay, yeah. Playing pretty deep.
That's actually really good for the backhand, though. I mean, any look at all with the backhand on
totally
this one's
agree.
awesome.
Missed
This
that
is
one.
what you're looking for. Just a little bit lower, a little bit too much of the high skip. That needs to be really driving to the back edge of the fairway and then skipping back to the right. But still, very good drive from Gavin. Chris, this is 2 inside unless it gets lucky, and it does not.
That's going to be a tough up and down from there. He's going to he's looking thumber. Yikes.
Whoa. Anytime you have to go thumber and you're less than 200 feet from the pin, it's probably not good. Okay, but that was
Very good.
That was
very good. Yeah, it didn't hit anything except for the ground. It's about time Ricky needs to make one of these.
Yeah, just never online. Not a typical miss we see from Ricky. Most of his putts are just either high or low. That time, off left.
You know, this tournament so far, we've been just able to
Calvin!
see. Wow.
Calvin's one back now.
Unbelievable.
Look at this stretch. What a time to do it. I'm sorry. What were you saying before Calvin just put on the run of his lifetime right now?
Well, first of all, on the front nine, I said Calvin was almost out of it. Then I corrected myself and said, whoa, 6.
Oh, my goodness.
Now I just feel so silly. Oh, my gosh. And
yes.
this guy is on fire with the putter. I mean, this is really good stuff we're seeing from Gavin.
Not a single miss in the circle and not many misses from circle 2 thus far.
I mean, if he doesn't make this, then...
Oh, Chris,
boy.
what a save. The thumber approach through everything.
What I was saying, though, is we've seen Ricky for every round.
Yeah.
And the circle
Minus
2
round two.
putting hasn't been great. And that's rare.
Yeah.
And he's at the top of the leaderboard, not doing what he does better than anybody.
And he's not throwing the forehand in the way that he'd like
Pretty
to this
incredible.
week because he's got that forearm injury. Yet here he is tied for the lead.
Yes.
I mean, Ricky, wow. Hole 14, par 5, another one of the epic par 5s on this property. Tee shot has to go 370 to be around the corner. And from there, if you get 430, 440, you're looking at eagle territory with the backhand roller or big forehand approach. And Calvin's got to be feeling really good right now here, Paul.
Man.
That good feeling is going to continue with his approach shot on 14 in ideal. Left side of the fairway around the corner is exactly where you want to be, the best angle to the pin.
Look at this flip up. Just needs to sit.
This guy is not nervous about this situation at all.
I
mean,
noticed that.
he's just business as usual. Like
If that's his kind of business, I want to buy stocks in that because,
no
I mean, he's
doubt.
making every putt and the throwing.
Oh my gosh, this is overstable enough. Wow, what a shot.
Seems like the tighter the lines get, the better Gavin throws. Ricky has just been peering this shot all week around that corner with that super overstable disc, flexing it through. Flexing a shot through a tight gap is so hard to do. It's so hard to do.
Well, this was just a clinic that you guys got for free on how to drive on hole 14 at WR Jackson. It doesn't get much better of a grouping than this right here.
No, that's as good as I've ever seen. Somebody always hits one of those trees and
Somebody
goes. Yeah,
does.
somebody early is it to the left.
Right. And Chris, this is important to keep drifting. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, a
You
little
see-
heavy on the turn.
He actually turned it too much. My goodness, is that a testament to how big his drive was or how much power he has on his forehand or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Because that's hard to get to that corner with your second shot forehand unless you really pumped your drive.
Oh, no.
He actually is at the corner where probably a lean out opportunity to still get the birdie.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he hit 10 feet in front of him and went 400 feet.
Yes, just grounding it out of his hand and still able to maybe get the birdie.
This is too turned as well. But that's the mistake you see made a lot is even with rollers, they get up into that left side bunker kind of deep of that fairway. You're only 150 feet away at most. So.
Oh, this is looking good for Rick.
Oh, and that's in the circle. Wow, that's good.
In the circle? Oh, yeah. Right there at the edge. But yeah, you're right. I think it is inside the circle.
I landed behind that little fork tree that he went through, so.
Yep. And yeah, Gavin.
Easy peasy, another birdie.
He threw the disc. It was legitimately on the ground within 40 feet of where he was standing and is going to have a tap-in birdie. That's how good his drive was. And it was a solid approach as well.
Okay, so he has a look.
Oh my gosh. Calvin is feeling it right now. Inches away. Now Ricky with an opportunity for the eagle and the outright lead. And another missed putt.
Seems like it's been low for him. He's getting the backside of the putter a little too high, getting that nose down, which there's nothing wrong with that. I would rather see him miss high than miss the low.
Because he has that nose down and has a chance.
Totally.
Anyone else in the world in any other situation misses that putt and you're like, wow, yeah, that was a 35-footer. I think he was outside the circle.
Okay.
Anyone else misses that putt and you're like, well, yeah, it's outside the circle. It's not a gimme for anyone. But when Ricky has missed so many of them, it hasn't been a ton, but it's like we're pushing at 3-4 this round that have been pretty low. It's like you just don't see that.
He usually makes the correction pretty quick.
Especially in majors. This is his time to shine. He is a major champion multiple times over for that reason. He flourishes in this opportunity. Now we're on to hole 15, par 4, 714 feet, and this one is another bruiser. Tee shot, fantastic. Second half of the fairway is a ton of trees you got to get through to get down to the pin. A little early in that turn. That must have been incredible. Was that his Halo Destroyer? Because that thing was super overstable.
Yes.
I love the angle out of his hand, but it just hyzered out of it so quick.
Oh, that's inside.
Highest, longest skip I've ever seen.
Surprised to see the forehand down the right side gap, because there is a viable forehand down the left side, but totally pulled for Rick. This is going to be a tough par not at this point.
I don't know. I think that kicked him to the middle right there.
Still tough par, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
not for Ricky.
I just feel like
Keep turning or no? Oh, look at this. Through everything.
I feel like the hole gets hard because you go down, you hit the trees, and then you're in the bunker. But even if you're 50 feet off the tee, it's still kind of a wide open shot to the top of the hill. From the top of the hill, you're good to go. This is going to be roller.
Yeah, this is...
You get what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of like...
Oh!
That was going all the way to the hole, Jeremy.
Perfect angle. I actually lost lifetime supply of McDonald's, I think, to Simon from several years back, being right there where Ricky was, and I said, I'll bet you lifetime McDonald's that you can't get up and down, and he put it under the basket. So that roller line is very much there. And sorry, Simon, I'm never going to pay up, only because I
care for your health.
I care for your health. It was a bad bet to make.
Calvin makes a pretty good shot from down there. He's going to be at about circle 3, directly down the hill. Super dangerous putt. But at this point, who cares?
Yeah, right.
I feel like
no, you have to.
There's no danger.
How could you even get through that many trees? Is a question we've all asked when we've found ourselves
Exactly.
100 feet in the woods. You're like, how? I can't get out. How did I get in?
Big moment here for Chris. He's the only one that found the real fairway. And that looks like it's too far left.
Yeah. Unless. Unless.
Get sneaky.
He is a tree whisperer this weekend, is he not? My goodness.
gosh.
He's throwing the right distance. He's throwing the
Yes,
right
he
disc.
is.
He's just throwing a different line than some of the other people. And
I mean, you don't see people get through that left side.
that's a
tight.
little tight, little dicey, but my goodness, he's going to have that now for the outright lead.
You can't be in contention or win majors without luck. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It's just not a thing.
And you can't have luck without skill. And he's got a whole bunch of that. How much pace does Calvin put on this one? Yeah. Yeah, he's content that it's going to sit, but that looked like he was a little semi-disgusted out of his hand.
Big moment here.
Chris is your leader with 3 to go. This is a must-make for Calvin now. And he's in. So he'll have 2 to make up with 3 to go. And Ricky will have to make up 1 stroke somewhere in these last 3. And at this point, I'm just holding on to hope that this Gavin guy can keep making these putts inside the circle, because I don't think I remember seeing someone go 100% for 4 rounds, but so far he has. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very,
It's a very cool side plot going on.
Absolutely. And if he plays well to get a top 10 finish at a major championship, I mean, that I heard on the live that his previous best finish was like 50th.
Mid-50s or
So,
something. Yeah.
hole 16, this is a fun one for these guys. This will test your nerves. 300, right at 300 feet. Left to right turn. There is out of bounds on the right side, so...
Stable mid-range is the play for Chris as he's going with his Wasp. And that's going to be a birdie.
Nerves aren't showing for him right there. I mean, that is sick.
Rhino for... Oh, Calvin, this is 2 inside. And it at least has kicked left. So it's not out of bounds, but he has 0 time to... He cannot afford to lose a stroke, and he's going to lose at least 1.
Good kick. Almost got a pedestrian, but that's okay.
I thought you were talking about the pedestrian that kicked his disc was a good kick.
That was also a good kick, double kick. Ricky over stable putter. This is a must.
Yeah. Ricky going with the harp. And
Okay. Oh, jeez.
yeah, so that's a little bit of goodness there for Rick. That's going to be a park job birdie.
Some gamesmanship there.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine being in contention and throwing that shot backhand. It's just like so tight.
And Calvin. Oh, no, the last skinny one. That's going to leave him 50.
He doesn't make that. I gotta say, it's
I almost think it is with being back 2 with 2 to go.
17 so hard.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's not over. And 18's eagleable. So you're right. If you're within 3, I think you're still technically...
I got it wrong so bad on the front that
Right.
I'm going to try to do. I'm never going to count this guy out.
All right, big putt for Calvin. 50 feet, and there is nothing but death behind this basket.
Can't set that in any more center.
Oh, what a putt.
Nerves of steel.
Oh, that was... You're right. That perfect plane. When Calvin's putting well and his disc is not coming up short and hitting the cage, it looks like that.
Here's a little testy.
For who? Not for him.
No.
Not this week.
I want to trade him putts.
I want to trade him finishes at this tournament.
I would never want to do that to anybody.
Good.
I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. There's a good putt from Dickerson. Another good putt for Ricky. These are not gimmies.
This is the most important hole in the tournament right now. This is the hardest hole on the course. A second hardest today, but this has consistently been at the top 2 all week. Chris Dickerson has an opportunity to potentially make things almost impossible to catch him if he's able to play this hole well.
All it takes is one good drive. If he throws a good drive, it's going to be tough to catch this guy.
Because 18
Because
is
he's
just,
guaranteed par.
and 18 is the easiest hole in the course.
Even if he makes it 80% down the fairway. 80, 75.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's just... That is what King Clem used to call filet mignon.
You know what? The way Chris throws his mid-ranges and the way he throws his fairways, it reminds me the flights a lot like King Climo.
And Ricky...
Good kick.
Yeah.
Best kick.
Yeah, but that's a good kick if you're, like, leading and you need to get a par. He's trailing, and Chris Dickerson is in prime position.
Chris Dickerson's back a little ways. He's not at the top, and that's a tough left to right finish you got to make through that
He
gap.
still has to gain a stroke on Chris. And right now he is 200 feet plus back of Chris's drive. I'm just saying Ricky needed to come through here. We'll see what he's got. Nice shot. Very good kick for Calvin. That was heading into a bad place, and it kicked him back to the fairway. Now Ricky has to manufacture something amazing.
Yeah, he has to go super, super aggressive. Hyzer flip up to the top and
Trying to
then
even
turn it.
imagine how you could shape this. Not the worst shot. Not the worst break either as far as staying in par range.
Right.
But birdie's gone. Oh, wow.
Get real.
Wow. Calvin is getting pretty real. This back nine has been pretty special. Gavin, oh, bad kick to the right. That was a Bab kick?
Yeah, Gavin, bad kick.
Bab kick. Chris can almost seal his fate here with a good approach.
What's that? Oh, boy, that is good.
Oh, my goodness.
You guys don't know how tough that is. That's why I didn't want to give it to him.
I wasn't,
But
yeah,
that-
it wasn't a
that's-
gimme birdie, but man, I mean, it just, I didn't think he was going to be able to put it that close. That's insanely good. And great
When you
shot
have
from
two
Rick,
going
but
into 18, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. He can seal
Now,
his fate.
yeah.
He
hasn't made it yet.
No, he hasn't made that. And Ricky can eagle, but eagle only does you one stroke. It's the easiest hole in the course, and aside from
We saw a couple people not clear.
on 18,
Yes.
okay.
So lots of things can happen.
Calvin, huge advantage right there for Calvin to take. I'm sorry, huge opportunity for him to take advantage of that great kick he got off the tee. Wonderful approach.
The putt there.
Chris gets that just
Yeah,
barely over
little
the
right,
rim.
little right side low.
And Ricky able to scramble his way to the par. And he is 6 down for the round, which for the majority of the field is not that bad. But obviously, it's hard to win a major when you're averaging 10 down a round if you're not keeping that same pace.
Hole 18, par 5, 726. Like you said, very eagleable. Throw it as straight and as far as you can. Try not to drift over to the left woods or the right woods. And although this is the easiest hole, I'm going to tell you this, to Chris, this is going to seem like the tightest hole he's played in a very, very long time. Lots of pressure mounted on top of this guy. He pulls out mid-range here. I like the play. Let's see if he can make it happen.
Just got to keep this in the middle. It's like he's not. It's like it's not for a major title. It's the nerves just don't seem to affect him the way that they affect almost everyone else. What a shot.
Yeah, the crazy thing is some people have just good days with the mental grind, and some people have bad days. Like Ricky's won plenty of times, and today wasn't his day, and Dickerson had control over the mind so far.
Well, he's 2 back. It's not his day quite yet, but he's going to need to get to 38, and he's going to need a 3.
Throw it in, maybe for 2.
Yeah, that would be something, huh? And I don't think 3s are possible from there, but I don't know.
You can always throw it in. We saw that at the World Championships from James Conrad.
Keeping dreams alive for the rest of all time.
It really is,
Yeah,
you know.
seriously. I mean, like I didn't grow up with disc golf. I didn't
What a
start playing.
shot right there from Gavin.
Happy, yeah. I didn't grow up with disc golf. I started playing when I was 20, so I didn't have dreams of throwing one in for the World Championship. But kids who are playing disc golf now can have that dream, and it can be a reality. As Chris is making a dream a reality right now, playing this course phenomenally all week, taking advantage of breaks, throwing great shots, great game plan, going mid-range and putter off tees, and he's in position in the middle to get up and down for the birdie. But Ricky is going to have to find something here, and that is some creativity and some incredible talent just to get that far up the fairway.
He's always trying, man.
No quitting that guy right there. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, the little tree kiss. Just slowing it down enough to not quite get full flight, but that was a great angle out of the hand for Calvin. Look at this awkward stance for Gavin, having to throw the forehand out to, oh, look at this, out to the edge of the circle. He's going to have a tester on the last hole. Keep that percentage at 100%. That would just be, I mean, it's already impressive.
Oh, if Chris just puts this close, it's over.
It's over. Folks, I think you...
That's it. That's it.
We have a Champions Cup champion.
Still got a little something going for second place, though.
Absolutely, and this is a huge payout. So the difference between second and third is, I think, a couple $1,000. Ricky with a 1 shot advantage over Calvin. He's going to have a tap-in birdie. So Calvin, if he can tie Ricky for second place, that'll be $1,000 more in his pocket.
Inch. Okay, now the second most important putt of the tournament.
Gavin, what an incredible performance. I mean, wow. Incredible. And he loves it. And
It's a big moment, man.
for someone like Ricky, this is a loss, right? But For Gavin, this is a huge win. And for Chris, obviously, his second major title.
Solidifies himself as a major champion.
One of the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Multiple-time major champion is one of the rarest things in our sport. Chris Dickerson, I mean, he's emerged for years.
The winner of the PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell, and now a two-time major champion, Mr. Chris Dickerson.
Surprisingly, I only got a little bit of nerves on the last 2 to 3 holes, so I just kept telling myself, one shot at a time, just worry about your shot and not anything else. You can't control what anybody else does, so just worry about what you're doing. Do the best you can. Just thank you all for watching and supporting the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Chris, a man, a few words, but he is feeling all the feels right now.
Like I said, it reminded me of old King Climo back in the day. Down the stretch, I remember him just throwing that orange T-bird dead straight down every fairway to close down tournament. Straight rock shots, playing smart golf, not being too aggressive. And that's what Dickerson did down the stretch.
Speaking of down the stretch, we got to mention something ridiculous happening.
Yeah, we do.
From 32nd place or something, Paul Macbeth going 16 under in the first 3 rounds, and then a 16 under in the final round, jumping up 1,000,000 spots to tie into 9th place with an essentially unbeatable course record at 16 under. Unbelievable. But what an incredible event that was for so many players. Great finishes. Matt Oram taking top 5. Corey Ellis with a 4th place finish.
Gavin Babcock with an 8th
place finish. Yeah, tied for 5th.
He tied for 5th.
Top 5 at a major. Best finish by over 40 spots. Probably nearly 50 spots better than his best finish ever. But congratulations to Chris Dickerson, your PDGA Champions Cup winner. We'll see you next week in Jonesboro, Arkansas.